All right, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about cars. We are looking at the incredible McLaren Senna. The 2019 McLaren Senna, one of only 500 examples in the world, and I believe 120 in America. Go ahead and pause it if you want to read the specs. Now, this is a race car for the street. It is the most track-focused McLaren ever built. And as McLaren says, legalized for road use, but not sanitized to suit it. And you've got air intakes everywhere. You've got tons of downforce with this car, lots of carbon fiber. This thing is wild if you haven't seen one of these. I'm surprised there are only 120 in the country. That's not a lot. Those big carbon sills to get over, the famous McLaren Senna seats that are in many 720s and other McLarens as well nowadays. With that signature steering wheel, with the display right next to it that's not overbearing. I love the roof scoop. I love the doors, the dihedral doors. You can see flecks of glitter in the paint. Other than that, it's mostly black and red. And you'll notice here at the Newport Car Museum that they like cars with red interiors. So many of the cars here have red interiors. Supercars, muscle cars, you name it. Here's the back. Check out that wing that aids to that 764 pounds of downforce at 155 miles an hour, which is just nuts. Got a nice diffuser. You've got twin exhaust right there. And this car will top out at 211 miles an hour. Makes a ton of horsepower, well over 700, I believe. Powered by the twin-turbo V8. Not quite as rare as the McLaren P1, but it is up there. It's a legendary car. There's our plaque again, so go back and pause that if you want to read that from the beginning. Looks great from the front, and you can see there are tons of supercars around here. There's Porsches, there's Mercedes, there's Lamborghinis. And he also has a McLaren P1, which is even rarer. There's our profile. You can see the Diablo SV, Mercy, I'm naming them all except for the Aventador. The Aventador SV Roadster over there. We got a Black Series. No, it's not a Black Series. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a mess today. We've got a 2012 Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG with the gull-wing doors, with the naturally aspirated 6.3 liter, 563 horsepower, boatloads of torque, and especially the badass gull-wing doors. This was a big deal when this came out. Yeah, I love it. Interior is aging very well. Red and black work so well together. Good looking wheels, got the big AMG brakes. It says Pilot Sport tires on it. And we're going to look at the AMG GT-R right there, which is a successor to this, which is a bit more streamlined, but it doesn't have the cool doors. Something about those doors. And what do we have over there? The silver, the McLaren SLR McLaren. Beautiful poster of the Mercedes. Here we go. So this is sleeker, it's more streamlined, but unfortunately you lose those doors. If only they could have made this car with those doors. And this is the R, the GT-R. So it's a track-focused version of the AMG GT. Has a little more power, tighter suspension, very clean interior. Looks great in the green. I think that's Green Hell Mango it's called, I believe. Comment below if you know the color. And I believe this was the launch color for this when it came out. Now they have a Black Series of this that is just nuts. Love the front end on this. It is menacing. And they have the four-door version of this too, but it's not nearly as, it doesn't have the same presence that this does. So we're back to this one. You can see, I mean, it definitely, you can tell it's an older car. It's not as new, but it's still amazing. And speaking of amazing, here we go. McLaren SLR. 2008 Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. Silver over red. Very fast car. And this one's the Roadster. That's cool. That right there in the fender. Wow, that is cool. And the exhaust up there. That's a cool car. Way ahead of its time in 2008, that's for sure. That long sloping hood. I've seen a few of these. Actually, in Georgetown in Washington, D.C., I saw, I think it's the 777, which is the rarest version of this car. I can't tell you that much about it. And we also have some Lamborghinis in here. We have a Countach up front. There's a Diablo, and then the SV, Aventador SV. We're going to take a look at all those, so stay tuned for that. And we're about out of time here today. Which Mercedes would you take? The SLR McLaren, the AMG GTR, or the SLS 63? I'm going SLS. Black over red. You can't beat that. But they're all cool cars. This one may be the most valuable out of the three. I'm not sure, to be honest. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.